Good morning. I wanted to go over a tone paragraph with you. So, in the chapter one Gatsby questions, group five needed to talk about Nick's tone. Tone is a speaker's attitude towards a subject. So, I picked Daisy for this paragraph, and I had to find two passages and choose either one or two tones to describe what is going on in that passage regarding Nick's feelings towards Daisy. Both my passages take place on the porch. Daisy took her face in her hands as if feeling its lovely shape, and her eyes moved gradually out into the velvet dusk. I saw that turbulent emotions possessed her, so I asked what I thought would be some sedative questions about her little girl. Here, Nick's complimentary observations of Daisy show his compassionate, sympathetic tone towards her. At this point in the narrative, she has not verbally expressed her sadness, but Nick does indeed recognize the turbulent emotions on her face as she stares out at the evening. Of course, Nick seems especially compassionate to the reader because he has been placed in a chapter next to Tom, a brute, whom we can guess would not notice Daisy's emotions. Nick not only notices but asks her sedative questions to help her. A sedative is a drink or pill of a sort we give someone to calm her. This strong diction shows Nick's compassion as he truly thinks about what might calm a woman in distress. Okay, so the tone I picked was compassionate or sympathetic. My two ways I know this is I feel like Nick is Tom's foil. Foil in literature is when two opposites are next to each other. And so Nick is always going to look especially good when he's standing next to Tom or in the same chapter as Tom. And then I pick apart this diction here. Okay, he's trying to calm her, he's being compassionate. The next passage is from the porch again. And here's Daisy kind of like going off about what she's learned about the world. Okay, she's not happy with what she has learned. The instant her voice broke off, ceasing to compel my attention, my belief, I felt the basic insincerity of what she had said. It made me uneasy, as though the whole evening had been a trick of some sort to exact a contributory emotion from me. I waited, and sure enough, in a moment, she looked at me with an absolute smirk on her lovely face, as if she had asserted her membership in a rather distinguished society to which she and Tom belonged. So here's my tone analysis. Some of you may have actually just picked uneasy as a tone. He does feel uneasy about the evening and maybe what his role is in the evening. You could probably argue that he feels uneasy towards Daisy at that particular point. Readers witness a tone shift as the scene on the porch progresses. We have already determined that Nick does not care for Tom, so his comparison of Daisy's defiance to Tom's, placing her in the same classification as him, even momentarily reveals his irritation with her. I'm seeing he has an irritated tone, even bitter. His realization that she is insincere further establishes his irritation. In fact, one could argue that his tone even turns bitter when he feels when he feels he is the victim of a trick expected to perform by contributing emotion. The word smirk rather than smile, and the indication that she acted as if in a secret society, further delineates Daisy as unkind, and thus we no longer witness compassion from Nick as he and Daisy move back into the house together. The scene shows Nick's complexity as a character as his emotions towards Daisy change in a short conversation. All right, so when I wrote this, I had out my tone sheet to pick tones. All right, we want to learn new words here. Not that irritation and bitter are new words, but look at your tone sheets. And I also had out my analytical verb sheets because I'm trying to pick really strong verbs when I write these. You want that sophistication point on the test. Use your analytical verb sheets when you are practicing. All right, reach out with questions or concerns about Chapter 2 questions.